Hey, top of the morning to you again. Michael back here at 10 o'clock. I just looked at that video that I did this morning painting two honeybees, and someone had cleverly said, hey, move your camera over a little bit. I had no idea. I'd shifted over, not looking at the monitor this morning, just sat down to not do a full show, just do a little demo, and missed by a bee's hiney. So I'm going to do it again right here just so you can see, plain and simple. Here's the desk. And here's both of us. Boom, there it is right there. So I'm going to put this piece of paper right there. And I promise I am going to try and keep it in this spot. So to do that, I'm just going to take my pencil and I'm just going to give myself a little outline to play within the boundaries. Okay, it's really hard for me to play between the boxes, but I'll be turning it like this, but I'm going to try and stay right there, knowing that my camera is going to pick this up pretty well for you, I think. And let's do that honeybee again. So here we go. This is a small piece of paper. This shouldn't take but a few minutes, and I'll throw it out there online and also put it on YouTube. This is Kilimanjaro. It's 4¼ by about 6½. So 4x6 would be a great little frame for this. I'm going to put the bee in there. This paper is wide enough both ways to just, I'll put him at a little bit of an angle just because I want to do that anyway. So I'm going to just create the bee like this. I'm just going to go in here. I think both of his wings will fit well right in this area. Just going to grab a little bee bottom right here, just kind of make a little light bulb, that Christmas light bulb that I sort of do like this, and then that crushed sunflower right here, like so, and that little coffee bean on top. I know, it's just, you got to do what you got to do. And then come at it just sort of like that. That's the way I'm going to do it right there. His wings are going to come out from here and here, and so I'm going to take them out there and bring them back a little bit. Take this one out here and bring it back a little bit like so. They don't come in like this. Here's the bee's body. They don't come in like this. They come in to here. They're hinged, and so that's a pretty close hinge right there. And then I'm going to do the second little wing. It's a little smaller. This is his wing that gives him the ability to, and I wasn't going to do it in pencil, but I did. So here we go. So I'm going to pick it up in pen right now. Just bring it in like this. Just a rough sketch like so. Little line across the back, just a tiny little line there. Go to your local library. If I recommend that over online, because you just see a small digital picture and you don't know where they got it from. Just go and look at some pictures of bees and do yourself a little bit of an anatomy search on some bees. That's a pretty good little bee going there. I'm going to bring these front legs up like this. I think you can see this. Bring it in like so, and I'm going to bring these legs in, and the legs I'm building in little segments like this, just like that. See that? And he's got a little bit here. I'm not drawing legs like human legs, like starting with a cone. They don't come out like that, and they certainly don't come out. So they look a little different. I'm going to do his middle leg like this, just hang those in there sort of down, and then I'm going to do his back leg a little, almost the same size or almost the same scale. Bring it back down. They hinge a little differently. Look at bug legs and you'll see how they do. I'm just going to take and cut a little couple lines across here. I'm not measuring any of this. God's the only person that measured bees, I think. And so here we go. I will pick up an eraser, and very carefully, because that pen will smear too, I'm just going to take out some of my pencil marks, but I don't mind leaving them in there. I think it's just part of original art. I've got a number 4 and a number 3. The number 3 is a rigger, has a longer blade on it, or hair, as you might call it. And number 4, these are American Journey brushes. I'm using American Journey paint, thanks to Joe Miller. I'm just going to come in and grab some lamp black and just fill in this little bit of a black right here, because I want it to dry a little faster than the yellow, because I'm going to pump it in there. And notice I'm not even staying in my lines. Who cares, okay? I'm not painting a line, so to speak. So this will be bee number 965, I think, this morning, or 66. I painted another one since I left you. Here's one I just messed up, I think. Did I just mess that up this morning? Nope, that's an old bee. Okay, good. All right. So I'm going to grab a little bit of just a little bit of a light brown and just brush it right in here. This brush was still kind of dirty. I could have probably wiped it off a little better if I'd had a paper towel up here on my desk. Here we go. I'll lay a little paper towel right there. Clean this brush just a little bit more. Go in with a damp brush and just a little bit of, here's why I put a little bit of brown in there. And I'm going to put just some water in the wing. Look at that brush. Oh, I know, there's black on the edge of my water jar. Oh, where did I get that black paint? Okay, It just happens. I'll just keep it in there, or I'll wipe it out like this. You can erase. I'm going to go and I'm just going to get a little touch of this um, sienna brown here, and I'm just going to wipe it with my finger. And I'm also going to use a little bit of buff titanium just to kind of get a little bit of the, some people put a little blue in their honeybees' wings. I think that's all I want to do right there. They have a little bit of a soft hue to them. While this is some Payne's Gray that I'm just going to go in here with. Payne's Gray, a little different tint to the black. Just get those legs tinted just a little bit like so. I'm not staying in between all the lines. Why start now? I haven't done that on any of my other painting. Okay, got a clean wet brush. I'm going to go in and grab a little bit of gamboge or some Indian yellow. My gamboge has a touch of black in it too. It tells you when you're rushing and racing too fast. So just come in a little bit like this and grab some of that. And I'm coming up pretty close. And I hit the line. You see it running right here? You see that? See the black going up into the yellow? That's perfectly okay with me. I'll come back and touch it up a little bit, but some of it I want bumping into itself because these are the pile on the bees, and that's kind of how that works. Come in here just a little bit. I'm going to leave a little white in the eye right there. I'm also going to come in with a little bit of orange. I'm going to touch this with a paper towel right here. I'm just touching that little black that's coming into the yellow. See? Just erased it. People say, well, you can't erase it once you put it down. Not true. If it's still wet, you can do all sorts of things. All right. So you see how fast this little bee is coming together. Now that yellow or that orange is pretty bright. I think I'm going to dampen it just a smidge like so. And come back in. And I'm going to do this one with a little bit of some tea again like I did the first one. So I've only been going here. Yeah, I'm back again. I just jumped back on. I shot that video and the bee was really off to the side. I wasn't paying attention to my monitors this morning because I wasn't going to do a live. And I thought, people wanted to see the dragonfly the other day on my Patreon show. And I did an hour of dragonflies and I wanted to do a honeybee because I'm still doing 2,000 honeybees right now. I might do 15,000 if I get over this. I'd celebrate if I could get over my sinus, whatever that I'm fighting. Just been a crazy, crazy year of fighting sinus stuff. After, it was a long time ago that I had COVID. But all right, so I'm going to come in here and just break this up a little bit and put a little bit of what I call the fuzz on the outside of the bee. He's got a little bit of fuzz on him, and it's really called pile, P-I-L-E, like the pile in a carpet. I think I'm also going to give him just a little. I'll do that later. Okay, here's where it's good to, if you are a pencil person, you can come in with a pencil and put a little detail very lightly in the wings, just some of those little membrane fibers that go down through there like that. So you wind up with a pretty good looking bee. He's not bad. He's my style of loose bee. I still leave those little holidays. I don't worry about getting everything crisp. I'm not doing cartoon bees. I'm not doing accurate bees. I am going to take this cup. This is the tea I drink. It's Builder's tea. Thank you, Builders. That country wasn't built, Britain wasn't built on chamomile. This is one tea bag and just covered it with water, and it's been sitting here for now about an hour and a half or so, and it really gets intense. And so this is kind of what I paint out of if I want to paint with tea. This is a great color. Look at the color of this. It's just perfect. It is so beautiful, wildflower honey colored almost. And I like clearer honeys. I like clover honeys, and I like what am I trying to say? I like sourwood honey. I'm going to set this cup right here on this one. I'm just going to set it right on the bee, just like that. Boom. It's bee's still wet, so if some of it sticks, and then I'm not going to paint the paper. I'm just going to paint the cup around the paper, and I'm not going to get too far up into his. I'm going to touch this wing right here, but I'm just rolling this cup around. And it's not even all the way on the paper over here. So the framer, whoever frames this, is going to go, yeah, knucklehead, why did you do that? I'm going to splatter some of this just by doing this, like so, around. And I'm just going to splatter some on the cup. And then in a second, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to take the cup and I'm just going to turn it a little bit like this, like you would if you picked it up and you drank it and you set it back down. And you set it back down again. There you go. And then you set it down for the final time and you're done. You go, well, you kind of got all messy up in here. It's okay. It's a messy painting. And so you don't have to do that. It's just kind of one of the things that I love doing sometimes because I have tea and I have honey in my tea. And so they go together. This is 960 5. So now I keep a list over here. So my next one will be 966. This is Roodoodles. And it's M and 23. The M's for Michael, the 23's for the year. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to grab a little bit of this T and take it out like that. And I'm going to grab just a little bit. So I'm cleaning up my act now. I'm going to grab a little bit of this cat orange, and I'm just going to, and a little bit of Halloween orange. I'm just going to pump some right in there, just like that. And maybe a little more of this yellow right here to just make that yellow pop a little bit more. Some of that Indian yellow right there. A little shadow coming down, and with a damp brush with some of that orange in it, I'm going to take some of that orange and I'm going to put a little spot right here and a little spot right there, just that he looks like he's loaded down. He's heading home, and that's probably what this one's going to be called. I'm going to go grab one touch of black, and what have I been doing this now for 10 minutes, and I'm talking as I do it, and so there is my B. There's a little bit of the nightfall coming, and I'm just going to call it heading home. Okay, so there's my B, and I'm done. Okay, and if I sometimes this dries out right into the caption, but I just like that T ring on there. Is that kind of cool? I can still get a little bit of that right up here too if I wanted to. Just take my cup and roll it around. There we go. That's cool. All right. Blessings to you. Have fun. I'm going to post this on YouTube. It'll also be on my Facebook page, and I'm out of here. There's a little rough honeybee for you. He's bee number 965 on my way to 2,000. Stay behind the mule, people. Do something creative every day. In 857, which equals 20, you can do several little paintings on small, beautiful watercolor paper. This is 140-pound Kilimanjaro, bright white, 100% rag cotton. These are American Journey paints from Cheap Joe's. It's just what I've been painting with all this time, and I love it. I'm staying with it, and that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Blessings.